Richo, what do you think of the Prime Minister and what he had to say about drought?
Well, I think, as usual, he did pretty well. I mean, it's somewhat dismaying for a Labor person to watch him because you keep waiting for the fumble that doesn't happen. You keep waiting for the gaffe that refuses to occur. So as far as I'm concerned, he did really well. And I've got to say, it's just as well because this is a pretty serious issue. It's beyond politics. Doesn't matter about Labor or Liberal. This what matters is the capacity to keep people going, to make sure we don't lose too many because there are a lot considering doing something to themselves, and we have to be really on the ball about that. We can't allow that to just drift. And so I think he's doing remarkably well.
But also, it's unfair to say that there's not an empathy or an understanding. To me, that's clear.
Yeah, Paul, I thought it was a terrific interview and well done. And the fascinating thing, just to look at it from a slightly different angle, is how relaxed and comfortable the Prime Minister is with you, chatting to you. It's like it's kind of like overhearing two blokes chatting at a pub, and it's relaxed, and you get the insights and the detail. And the key insight for me, which you drew out there, was that if you do send in an army or whatever, you're likely to do people out of a job.
Yeah. Well,
and the idea of doing no harm is a very important political imperative, which we forget a lot about.
Agree. We'll say goodbye to everyone, and we'll see you again tomorrow night. Janine, what do you think of what the PM said?
Yeah, he's looking very prime ministerial. Growing into that, I think, as Ryan said, look comfortable. I particularly liked, as you know, I've been furious. You said it's not about Labor and Liberal. It's not about Nats and Liberal is the real issue. It's not the opposition here. And I've been very disappointed at the way they've been fighting in the Nats and wanting to claim credit, and said last week, I hope when he comes out this week, he says it's not about us. And I thought he very eloquently said it's not about our feelings, it's not about our politics, this is it. So I think that was an important message. And all this fighting amongst claiming credit, he's the Prime Minister of the country. It's his job.
Well, it is also, I mean, Corey, there are state, federal and local lines, but I can understand if you're somebody at the absolute end of despair, at the absolute end of the process, you don't care where those delineations and where those lines are. But does the Prime Minister explain clearly enough that those lines exist, and does he show a want or impetus to jump over those if there needs to be?
Paul, it's not just those at the pointy end of it that don't care where the lines are. The whole of Australia doesn't care where the lines are. They just want their problems fixed. And I can tell you, the Prime Minister, in that interview and in private conversations, you just have this confidence that he's got your back. He understands the issues confronting families and farmers and small business people, and you know that he's genuine in wanting to offer some relief and solutions for it. So I think he's at the top of his game, and I, for one, am very happy that he's there for the country's sake, because we need some stability and some common sense, and that's what he's demonstrating.